So first thing I have to do, I have to start out with the dough. We have to make our puff pastry, which literally requires several, like an hour and a half to 2 hours to make. So that's gonna happen first. We got Freddy the food processor. He needs to get together. We need to get down and dirty right now with Freddy the food processor. Hey buddy, what's up? Haven't seen you in a week. Hope you're doing okay. So let's measure out our ingredients. First thing we do, our dry ingredients, of course. We're gonna need 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of flour. So let me put the flour in there, and then we're gonna put the salt. Lula, you're throwing everything around. Why so angry? Oh my God! Yeah. Okay, the music. I totally forgot about that. My bad. There we go. That better? Me malo, me malo. Okay. I'm just a little excitable here. And a little nervous. I've never made a beef Wellington before, so this is gonna be interesting. I legit have never made this before, so a little nervous, but you know what? As in everything in life, as long as you have a can-do attitude and some common freaking sense about cooking or whatever it is that you're trying to do in general, you should be just fine. I'm still hungover from the beers from Equinox. Oh my God, that was you, wasn't it? I had no idea you were that stoned. That's crazy. Those chicken burritos and the mac and cheese is delicious. Please make that some more. I would love it, or I would love the recipe too. Okie dokie. Alright, so we gotta put 1 teaspoon of salt in here. Alrighty, so this has to get sifted together, so we don't have a sifter, but we have this handy dandy food processor, so that'll work, right? It's a good alternative. Bam, sifted. Isn't that easy? Love this thing. Oh my God, the lights are flickering. And that's because I have everything on the same power line. All right, so that's all sifted up. Now we gotta add our butter. So the pie dough that we're using, well, it's not really a pie dough. This is gonna be puff pastry, which is there is a difference between puff pastry and pie dough. We've made pie dough about a gajillion times. We're now gonna make puff pastry, which is the same, starting dough method, but once we're done making the dough ball here, there's so much more that goes to it, and it's a long, arduous process that takes about, depending on how long you refrigerate the dough in between turns, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Hello everybody, Arb, hello, how are you today? Hello everybody from the channel. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna make some pie dough right now. We're gonna make some puff pastry. You know how you get those flaky layers from puff pastry? I'm gonna explain how you do that, and when you make it from scratch, how it goes. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make our dough ball. We're gonna put our make our dough ball. We're gonna roll it up into a ball, and then we're gonna let it relax in the fridge for 20 minutes. While it's relaxing in the fridge for 20 minutes, we gotta carve our freaking what's the word I'm looking for? We have to trim down our freaking beef. So lots to do. Hi, honey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Cool. One sec, you guys.
Oh, this is gonna take a minute.
This is gonna take a long fucking time.
Wow.
Yeah, I would suggest probably just grabbing this stuff, and I'll make your food late night tonight.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm measuring out 1/2 cup of water because we're gonna need the wet ingredients, but before we do that, I wanna make sure it's cold. So I'm gonna take oh my God, what is that? Kitty Fame, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the convoy, mother trucker. Toot toot. Thank you very much for the support, I appreciate it greatly. Okie dokie, so biscuit pie dough method from the beginning, which means we're gonna have to add in some butter here. The recipe says 10 ounces and 8 ounces of it goes back into the fridge. That means the remaining 2 ounces, 10 ounces total, every stick of butter is 4 ounces. So 8 ounces go back in the fridge, and then we're gonna use the remaining 2 ounces, so a half of this stick of butter is gonna go in here. Why only this much? Why only half a stick of butter? Because the rest of the butter is gonna be in there, but it's gonna happen in sheets. And I'll explain that to you. So we're gonna make sheets in the dough, which is in turn gonna make those sheets of flaky layers in your dough. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it, I promise. I promise. Holy crap. Give me 1 second. Y'all are getting crazy. Laminate dough. Yeah, we are making some laminate dough, buddy. I'm excited. So I'm gonna need half of this stick of butter. This goes back in the fridge. We need to keep our butter cold. So I've never made my own laminate butter before. So this is all an experiment for myself as well as yours. Just go with it, you guys. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do this together. Alrighty, so we have half our stick of butter, maybe the bigger half. We'll put the bigger half in here a little bit. So I'm gonna cut out some chunks in here. Are you gonna use mushrooms with the pastry to stick with the meat? Yes, I'm going to use a mushroom duxelle, and I'm going to use prosciutto for the wrapping. Now, some recipes that Gordon Ramsay has uses a crepe. I'm not going to use a crepe. I'm going to go classico style, and I'm going to go over the mushroom duxelle, which means I'm going to have to wash Freddie when he's done with the flour and stuff. And then I have to wash him out to make mushroom duxelle in the food processor. Alrighty, so. Biscuit pie dough method requires you to forcibly combine the flour with the butter to make this really mealy texture with your dough. Oh, here you go. So I don't have my headphones on, so I might not be able to catch anybody who has any notifiers right now. Please make it very big and apparent when somebody, you know, subscribes or any of the notifiers go off. So you want to get this really mealy texture in your biscuit pie dough at the beginning, or your laminate dough at the beginning. So once you forcibly combine the butter with the flour together, it's time to add the water. So cold water, everything in the biscuit pie dough method, or in the, you know, in the pie method in general, or, you know, laminate dough in general, you have to have it cold. Everything's got to be cold. We're going to be forcing more butter into this dough, and we're going to do it in sheets. But in between sheets, it has to go back in the fridge for 20 minutes. I'm going with 20 minutes. I think that'll be a good amount of time. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine. That's exactly what we're going to do. Alrighty. So, I'm pretty sure that's all well combined together. Let me go get that half cup of water that I just put in the fridge. I got you guys. Alrighty. So I'm just adding water slowly. Can't see it. Hang on. There we go. I'm slowly adding the half cup of water in here. Any regulars in here want to volunteer to be a mod today? So I'm slowly adding in the water, trickling it in while I'm still making the dough happen. Good evening, foodies. Hello, who loves waffle? How are you today? What's up, Indy? How are you today? Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to the channel. Alrighty. Arb, I trust you. Okay, so I'm gonna add to today. I'm here, I just got back from dropping off for you. Oh, thank you. Alrighty, cool. So we add in our half a cup of water. It looks like it's still a little dry, but you know what? I'd rather keep it dry than wet. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna work it. And if we need more, we'll add more water after the fact. So Yeah, it looks like the dough is coming together by touching it, so we're fine. Everything's fine with this. Alrighty, so let's combine our dough together. I'm gonna use the surface of what we have right now for our countertop. I'm trying not to use flour. We kinda don't wanna use flour right now. Actually, I can use the countertop, it's fine. I can use this. We're fine. I modded ARB just in case. And Z Corona's here now, so we're done. Alrighty, so let us make sure you're careful. Please be careful when you're sticking your fingers in a food processor, because you are not going to have a bad time when that finger gets cut. Nope, no bueno, no bueno. Please be careful when using a food processor. Practice safe food handling at all times. Alrighty, so we're going to combine our dough, get all the crumbs together, all the butter pieces. They all have to be combined together right now to make a nice dough ball. Now, I'm alright with making more gluten strands happen right now. I'm okay with it. Alright, here we go. So we gotta work this in a little bit. Alrighty. Just in case, I got a new top overlay, you guys, courtesy of Z Corona. Her helpful ass, always helping me out. It's nice. Alright, so I'm trying to work the dough until it's smooth. So we are going to let some gluten strands happen right now, but it's not going to be too crazy, and it's still kind of dry. I kind of like want to take my hands, dampen it out, and then like, you know, work in some more moisture. But I think we will be okay if I can work this in enough. I'm actually just going to knead the dough. Gluten strands are tightening up like crazy, but that's okay. We have a solution for that. Alright, so we have a nice tight dough ball. So, we're going to take this dough ball and we're going to score a big old fat X in the top. This is going to help relax the gluten strands a little faster in the fridge. And it's going to help us create what we need to create later on today. So, I made this fat X. Let me get something. I promise I will talk about that fat X on top. This fat X on top will have an explanation. So here is a Ziploc bag full of flour. It's going, hang on, I gotta make sure the flour gets combined. I need to make sure that this stuff does not stick no matter what. I love your nail polish. What brand and color? It's a Salma Hayek. I found it like at CVS. It's like this Salma Hayek makeup color. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know in a second. But it's going in the fridge 20 minutes. Okie dokie. So I need to clean up my food processor because we need to make mushroom duxelles in the food processor. So Freddie is actually going to do some work today. Really excited about this. Give me 1 second, you guys. I normally let this slide, but not today. Just give me like a minute. So what's happening with the dough in the fridge is that it's going to get cold, so it's going to get nice and structured. It's going to have relaxed gluten strands because we cut into it, and we're going to use the corners of the edges that we just made in the dough to help us in the basis of adding our block of butter. Now I'll show you how we do that. Oh, I gotta put a timer on for 20 minutes so I don't forget. This is why I have a timer, you guys, so I don't forget. So we're gonna land a timer, reoccurring timer for 20 minutes because every single time we're done with the dough, we put it back in the fridge for 20 minutes and keep doing other stuff with and then we're going to keep doing other stuff for the beef Wellington this way. Also, let's see here. Lula cooking patch notes. I don't know, 1.7. I got new kitchen towels, dish towels. They're brand spanking new, finally. I upgraded some of these things. Some of the kitchen towels I had since the first apartment that me and Tally had ever. So I thought it was nice to upgrade that, especially since I was using kitchen towels like crazy. So that was nice. Okay, I got excited. I got into the Legion Alpha, and then I started hitting myself because I really got mad at myself because I really want to play, but I decided to cook beef Wellington for you guys instead. So I think I know where my priorities lie, and I think you guys are okay with it. Hang on, I'm washing the lid, and I'll be right there. I was sharpening my knives before I started, and I almost cut my hand trying to test the sharpness. I guess I was a little too good at doing the knife sharpening today because it was like, yay, chihuahua. It was a little crazy. Alrighty. Oh wait, we can leave that out for a second. Let me go get our mushrooms. So mushroom duxelle is basically, we're gonna take a shit ton of mushrooms. We're going to grind it up into small pieces. We're gonna add onions into the duxelle mix. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, and we're just gonna run this thing until it turns to a paste, almost. This mushroom duxelle is gonna be our basis of, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's gonna be our adhesive for the beef Wellington beef to adhere to the sides of the puff pastry. So we're gonna actually, the way beef Wellington works is that you kind of have to put it together and then bake it in the oven, and that requires, I'm doing a lot of mushrooms. So I'm putting in 3 cups of mushrooms. I usually use cremini mushrooms or brown baby Bella mushrooms, but they did not have any good selection, so I went with the white. But I highly recommend you to use, you know, different kinds of mushrooms. Broaden your horizons. It's very important. All right, so we're gonna put a teaspoon of olive oil in here, just to lubricate everything up. And let me cut some stuff up here for you guys. Actually, let me get a bigger. Okay, so give me a second. I gotta try and look at chat. So how is everybody doing today? I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm having a great weekend. It's been a good day today. Freaking love it. I get to cook for you guys. That's always a good day. I'm appreciative of that. Who eats all this food? Yeah, me and Tally do, and then whoever is around the house when I give it away. So anyway, we ran out of meal prep, so Tally is legit gonna eat this food. We're legit gonna eat it today because we ran out of meal prep. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna take half the onion, and like I said, since we're just gonna be like chopping this up in the food processor anyway, I'm just putting a rough chop in here. So I'm going to equate this to half a cup of onions. Oh, hello! Making my eyes rain again. Good, Lula. Rewriting my CV though, working on for a new job. Nice, nice. Do you soak the juice of the shrooms? Well, I'm cooking the juice out of them right now. I wouldn't recommend soaking the mushrooms, though. I mean, that's not what I do. You can totally do that, but it's not something that I do. They retain too much water, and the purpose of the duxelle is to cook it until it's absolutely dry. Okay, so I have to pulse it, and of course we have to, like, shake it up, move it around. Thank you, Zacades, for hosting me for some viewers. Appreciate it greatly. What's up, dude? How you doing? How's it going? Hang on one second. Come on, big chunks have to go. Let's go. I might have overfilled it. Me malo, me malo. Alright, so all the big chunks seem to be gone, but let's just make sure. Mix everything together first. I'm gonna try and work on a quick pace, you guys, because if I don't kind of work with a little bit of a sense of urgency, we're gonna be here all day or all night for some of you in Europe land. So as much as I love you guys, I would appreciate going to sleep sometime tonight. So, and I'm sure you guys do too. So this mushroom duxelle is going to be pulverized as small as possible. We're going to cook it on the stove until there is no liquid left in the mushrooms or the onions. And then it's going to line the outside. It's going to be part of our lining for our, what's the word? Oh my god, I can't think of the word right now. Beef Wellington. Oh my lord, I'm having a verb issue today, you guys. Okay.